most dangerous players, China's Junhui. He'll be being supported by many millions in China, even though it's the middle of the night there. There'll be many people staying up to see if he can win this title for a second time. So don't go anywhere. Promises to be a fascinating evening. John Higgins against Junhui. That's the lineup in the final of the Pucker Pies UK Championship. It's 4-all after the first session. 10 are required to become champion. John Higgins to break in frame 9. I'm David Hendon. Joe Johnson, 1986 world champion, is alongside me. Well, Joe, it promises to be possibly a long night, but certainly an exciting one.
Yes, it does. And according to what John Higgins has already been through, he's used to these close matches. I just wonder how much he's got left in the tank. I hope he's not too tired with his marathon that he had with Ronnie O'Sullivan yesterday. It could play a part in this match if it goes the distance or goes close. Junhui seems to be up for the safety play, even though he lost the frame that nearly lasted an hour this afternoon. But even so, it promises to be an absolute cracker. Great pace on the cue ball from Ding's first safety shot.
Confirmation, it's best of 19, 10 frames. The target, £100,000 coming somebody's way at the end of the evening. Yes, we had one frame that lasted just over 56 minutes. That was frame 6, which Higgins won on the black. Ding took a very tight 7th frame. Higgins won the last of the afternoon. It was high quality stuff, some high breaks, some good safety, plenty of tension.
Well, a little thick there on the safety. Is the cue ball going to get behind the yellow? It seemed to rock back against the white, the yellow there. Safety success.
Yeah, Ding ahead. I suppose that is a surprise, really.
It is a surprise, although his average will have gone down a little there. So first blood to John Higgins.
Yes, a player who knows all about the big occasions, of course. 3 times world champion. He's won this title twice, although not since the year 2000. Provisional world #1, player of the year, one of the players of the decade. This is the last ranking event of the decade. And he won the first, Joe, the 2000 Welsh Open. It would be fitting if he were to win the last as well.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And that was a very precise positional shot that John Higgins played on the red. Hasn't quite knocked it far enough.
14.
Wanted to bring this red just a little more off the cushion. Maybe able to just roll. Well, he can't. Just played the safety. Just shows you how tight these middle pockets are.
This is Higgins' 34th ranking final, looking for his 21st title. Ding's 5th final, looking for his 4th title. Of course, he lost to Neil Robertson in the last ranking event, the Grand Prix, in October. Won this title 4 years ago, 2005, at the age of just 18. He's still only 22.
He seems to have been around a long time, doesn't he? Still only 22. Well, that double kiss has given Junhui the easy safety from this red in the baulk area. trying to get in behind the green. Well, played the double. And why not? He'd have been on the green with a nice angle to go into that pack of reds.
Ding 22. It doesn't seem like 13 years since John Higgins was 21, but that's the age he was in 1996 when he reached the UK final for the first time. Lost 10-9 to Stephen Hendry in a real classic, but then won the title in 98 and in the year 2000. Well, he'll be glad that the white didn't go in, because obviously that red would have been on with the white in hand.
Well, not quite hit it hard enough. This red is on to the right middle. The cue ball would be going into that pack of reds. All depends if he feels confident enough to pot the red. Good finish on the black. Well, caught it too thick. But fortunately, no damage done.
So far it's been a battle that befits this tournament. One of the game's oldest, most prestigious, first held in 1977. Won by so many well-known faces and all-time greats over the years.
Well, surely you can't take this red onto the middle. He is, you know. What a great shot. Excellent shot. Played the cue ball into the jaws of the pocket like so, just in case he missed it, but what a terrific shot this was. Well, Junhui didn't think he'd take it on, otherwise he wouldn't have played the white there.
6.
Outrageous, really. It was not that dissimilar to the black he potted in the 6th frame. That was to win the frame.
7.
Now then, into that cluster. At pace. Where's the red going? Where's the red going?
Foul.
So unfortunate.
7.
And it can turn matches.
Well, it happened to him yesterday in the last frame of the opening session against O'Sullivan, and O'Sullivan made a 110 break off it. Because, of course, you're splitting the reds, so you're likely to leave your opponent a red. Unfortunate.
Yes, matches are turned on such things. And now Junhui with the board at his mercy.
1.
I wonder how many newspapers, if Ding wins, will use the headline "Ding Dong Merrily on High," bearing in mind the time of the year. Probably all the tabloids. If he were to win, as we look at Arian Williams, the referee, He became the 7th person to win the UK Championship more than once. The other 6 being Steve Davis, Stephen Hendry, Ronnie O'Sullivan, John Higgins, Mark Williams and Doug Mountjoy, who won it 10 years apart, 1978 and 1988.
8.
Right hand side on the cue ball there to hold for the black.
$15.
Well, he's not happy about something, but just looks to be able to roll the red in. It'd be on the black or pink. Well, yeah, sometimes Ding plays some shots that I'm just not sure about. He tried to bring reds into play there. Or why he'd want to bring reds into play at this moment in time. With no guarantee of position, had he cannoned into the red, white could have stuck to the cushion. Anyway, let's see why we can redeem the situation. Well, not with the yellow. Unfortunately, the cue ball staying in the balk end of the table. So a little fortunate there, Ding Junhui.
Wasn't it great, Joe, to have that wonderful ovation for both players at the start of the night? Terrific atmosphere, and always good to see the crowd getting involved.
Yes, it was something special. I just wonder if it upsets the players in some way to come through all that razzmatazz. Must be very exciting for the players.
Yes, a bit better than that final we saw in Bahrain last year, which looked like it was being played in a morgue. There was about 40 people in. Players respond to an atmosphere. We saw it last night with O'Sullivan and Higgins, the way the crowd got, by the end they were involved in every shot.
Yes, that was the danger. Catching the red a little too thin. Cue ball hitting that middle pocket bump. And the red staying over the pocket. So another chance for Ding Junhui. Doesn't want to be straight on the yellow, otherwise there's no way back down the table. He has a little angle. Not sure if he can get the cue ball all the way down the table from there. We shall see. Well, that's absolutely brilliant. He's on the red.
As is a fly by the looks of things. Oh, is Jimmy White back from the jungle?
There were no flies on Jimmy, David. So 10 points in front, but still work to do here. It's coming down to the last easy red by the black spot. Well, considering playing for the black here, but it's going to be difficult to get to the reds from the black. That's where he'd like to finish up eventually.
80.
And that's not the best place to be. 25 points in front. So going to need
25.
at least 2 of these reds with colours. An extended rest. Extension on the cue. Could do with an extended pocket here. That's the old-fashioned rest, the half butt. Yes, it wasn't easy. He left himself in a difficult position there. But the clearance also is very difficult for John Higgins. Just caught that near angle, stayed out. If John Higgins clears up from here, I feel like giving him the trophy myself. Difficult clearance this. 2 reds on the side cushion, green on the side cushion, is straight on the black. Blue on the cushion. Needs to play a deep screw shot here. Come right back across the table again. Would you believe it? Tried to pinch some on the red, on the black to knock the red off the cushion. And you really can't pinch any on these tables. Did manage to move the red, but at the cost of missing the black. Well, good pot on the red. Not sure how he's going to get to the next red. Maybe a snooker in behind the brown, the order of the day. Yeah, may have the angle. Couldn't have gone any better.
4.
So that looks like it's going to be first frame to Ding Junhui.
Yes, he's already 28 ahead of this pink 34, so it'll be 2 snookers. And if he pots the yellow, it's surely going to be 5-4.
10.
It's been a tough battle, this. The average frame time in the first session, just over 24 minutes, which for these two, I guess, is quite long, although, of course, one frame was 56 minutes.
12.
Well, it's 3 snookers needed, but John Higgins is not going to play on, so Ding Junhui has his nose in front. He leads this UK Championship final by 5 frames to 4. Ding's been ahead by the odd frame. He's never been behind. So he leads 5-4 after 3.5 hours of battle. And I guess we're at the halfway point, really, of the match now. Possible 19 frames in this contest. Ding needs 5, Higgins needs 6 to become UK champion.
Yeah, it's just a containing safety shot. I've seen players take the double on here. If it goes in, he's on the black with a chance of going into the reds. The only ball he could leave is the red he's playing on, but he's not interested. Again, it's choice of shot. You'd see some attacking players, and Ding Junhui is one of those, of course, but you see some attacking players. It's just the feel for the shot at the time. To be careful here, there is a red out. And he managed to catch it. But fortunately for him, just caught it thin. Caught this red too thin. Unfortunately for Ding Junhui, caught that one too thin as well. Another excellent safety from John Higgins. Good pace on the cue ball. Opened the red somewhat. And no natural path back to balk. Well, just caught the jaws of the pocket there, which took the pace out of the cue ball. Wanted to catch that red thinner. And I suppose this is a half chance for John Higgins. The black may go into this corner. He's had a look. Pink certainly goes in the middle. And there was a bit of pressure on that shot from John Higgins. So, chance for Ding Junhui. And this is a pretty good chance. Red scattered round the black area. Blue available.
One.
It's worth remembering he was 5-2 down in his first match, was Ding against Mike Dunn, but won the last 7 frames. 9-5 he beat him. Then Sean Murphy, defending champion, 9-3. Ali Carter, 9-8, won the last 2 frames there, and then Stephen Maguire, 9-5.
6.
The real test, of course, was Carter, and he passed it. The last 2 frames were each one with big breaks, one in one visit.
Oh dear.
Ding Junhui, 6.
A chance gone begging from Ding Junhui. And that was looking like going 2 up. The balls were nicely situated, and even if he hasn't left this red on, as we look at the misread again, the miscue, he can count himself fortunate. He hasn't left John Higgins one. Well, nothing easy, should I say. Oh, what about that? Terrific shot, and the little kiss on the brown has put him onto the green. Absolutely terrific shot. He knew he was leaving the red on to the right corner, had he missed it. And this was a very, very good shot. He was under a bit of pressure there, John Higgins.
Well, that's the tip of Ding Junhui's cue. Hopefully it's all right.
Doesn't seem to be a lot of chalk on that, does there? Didn't foul, of course, because he hit this side of the red.
5.
John Higgins had to put a new tip on before his semi-final with Ronnie O'Sullivan.
11.
Yes, Joe Davis in one of his books mentioned that he wouldn't put a new tip on his cue at least
19.
a week before playing in any championships. That's how long it takes to get used to a tip, and sometimes longer.
20.
So John Higgins has done extremely well to put a new tip on in the semi-finals and beat Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, he knew his stuff, Joe Davis. He was 15 times world champion after all. Never beaten as a professional.
Well, I would agree with the great Joe Davis.
27.
It does take some getting used to a tip, especially if you play with side quite a lot.
28.
Meanwhile, that little bust into the pack by John Higgins has really opened his game up now. Good chance of winning the frame at this visit.
$33.
Well, win or lose, Higgins will extend his lead at the top of the provisional world rankings. He's a long way ahead already of Ronnie O'Sullivan, with 3 events to go before they're officially revised at the end of the World Championship. Ding Junhui, were he to win, would go up to 6. If he loses, 7.
May decide to go into them again here. A little surprised there. Thought it would have gone into them. Had the insurance of the red just to the left of the black. Yes, he could get on this red. Well, has he come far enough? He's looking up. I don't think he has, you know. He hasn't. He hasn't come far enough. And it's easier to say in hindsight, if it had gone into the pack, that couldn't have happened.
Yellow ball. John Higgins, 42.
Poor safety as well. Concentrated on getting the yellow safe, but surely could have got that cue ball a little closer to the boat cushion.
Higgins 36 points ahead in the second frame of the night, trailing 5-4. And Ding is matching him on the safety while a phone goes off. There's never a good time for that to happen.
Well, that's the absolute worst time when he's on the backswing. But he could smile about it. But he caught the red thick. Unfortunately, the cue ball just travelling in front of the pink. And that's worked out okay for John Higgins. Difficult to get the cue ball back to baulk again. Touch of right-hand side on the cue ball to avoid the cannon.
Still looking at the tip, a little bit concerned maybe.
And he's picked out another terrific shot from John Higgins.
1.
And nicely on the pink.
Some of the pots he's knocked in this match have been incredible.
Well, they don't get much better than this. Just missed the red.
Well, he's already 43 points ahead. Open reds to go at. Never been more than a frame in it in this match. Irene Williams just checking that the pink goes, which it looks like it does.
Seven. Eight.
A little bit too much adrenaline there. Played for the blue.
That Welsh Open I mentioned he won in the year 2000, the first ranking of end of the decade, that went the distance. He beat Stephen Lee 9-8. It would, I guess, be fitting if this went the distance. Hasn't in the UK Championship for some 7 years. Sorry, last year. Last year, in fact, Sean Murphy beat Marco Foudini 10-9. And Mark Williams won 10-9 in 2002 against Ken Doherty.
12.
Is that a little straight? 48 points in front. So still needs one more red.
It seems to me the balls he's missed in the match have actually been easier pots that he's took his eye off. This he'll have to concentrate on. And he's knocked it in.
Yes, just make sure of the blue. 59 points in front. He may come back, he did earlier. This is the miscue. That probably cost him the frame.
Don't be surprised if he goes out the arena just to have a look at the tip, maybe get a bit of sandpaper out. 59 behind with 51 on.
Junhui gets 23.
2 4-point snookers to tie, otherwise John Higgins has levelled again for the 5th time it would be in the match.
Good attempt. That was the only ball to be able to get in behind, and he managed to get in behind it. Good shot. Well, people thought he hit black first there, but he didn't. Did he?
Well, R.M. Williams thinks so.
I don't think he did. I'd like to see that again.
Well, let's have a look.
He did. He hit the black first.
Well, I'm glad that they checked there because everyone got a chance to see it on the replay. There can't be any arguments.
Absolutely.
Well, what it means is he still needs one snooker now. It's 52 in it with 51 on. Oh, a let off for Higgins.
It was a let off, David, because the shot previously, and he did hit the black, as you can see. The shot previously was so careless to hit the black. Big target for the Reds, but it's not going to make any difference now.
Sensible of the referee R.M. Williams there, just to confer with the marker, just to check on the screen. We had an incident last night, you may remember, with Higgins and O'Sullivan. The referee on that occasion didn't check as he could have done. Well, he's missed the pink there. That's careless. That's careless.
Well, he's been careless a couple of times, and I think you hit the nail on the head earlier where you mentioned, would he have enough stamina? He's been through the mill in this tournament, that's for sure. He's played out of his skin in patches. But he's looking tired as well. Still, one good frame, one good century break, it can all come flooding back.
So it's 45 in it, 35 on, 3 snookers, possibility of a free ball.
Well, should get 1 snooker here. Could have done with a kiss on the blue.
Junhui, 8.
The red going near the cushion has made it a little bit more easier. That's the shot he's trying to play.
Oh, just flicks it, but just is good enough. We've had a few frames like this where there's been playing on for snookers purely because either player has missed a ball which would have finally killed the frame off. Unnecessary anxiety all round.
Well, is this red cuttable to the right middle? You can see enough of it. It was. And that's surely the end of this 10th frame.
Yes, and it's going to be 5 apiece, which means Higgins has levelled for the 5th time. He's never been ahead. Neither player has been more than a frame ahead. It's a real tense battle here in Telford. John Higgins levels up in John Higgins to break in frame 11. Ah, well, we've raised a couple of eyebrows, Joe, at some of his break-off shots, but that one, he's not left anything on.
Yes, that's the first one that I can remember. He hasn't left any a shot on. You'll have to remember how he did that one. Worth showing it again.
Just shy of 4 hours playing time. Plenty more to come, I'm sure.
Yes, did well to get there. Awkward bridging, lots of left-hand side required. Yes, a well hit shot. Excellent speed. Can he see enough of the left-hand side of the pack? There's the match time, as David said, just approaching the 4-hour mark. Well, maybe tempted at this red. Got to be careful. If he plays for the blue, there are reds to the right. That will go in the right corner. Great pot.
1.
And not a bad kiss on the blue. He's nicely on the green. Needs to slow up, needs to slow up. Well, what a great shot that was by Junhui. He's played to get there. Green only just went in. But the cue ball came through the gap perfectly.
Yes, and whatever happens tonight, it's good to see him back competing again on the big stage. A couple of lean years, but second ranking final in a row. Started the season in the provisional list 23rd.
12.
But if he wins tonight, he'll be 6th. Officially 13th, but you feel he should be a lot higher than that.
And a nice angle now, if he so wishes, to go into the pack. He's just looking to see if one of those two reds will go to the right corner. I'm sure the nearest one to the black will pass. Well, Junhui's not too sure, and he's the one right behind the shot. Just a little rub on that red. Well, the red obviously goes. It's getting to the black, that's the problem. The cue ball maybe hitting the red just to the right of that red he's playing on. Well, we've been here before with the rest on the green. Nearly hit it too thin the last time he played it. Is there a red that goes there? Maybe the one right at the back of the pack there. Not sure which red he played for there, Ding Junhui, unless he played for the red in the middle. White ball travelling a little further. A hard fought 24 then.
Junhui, 24.
Well, that little kiss on the blue has just made this pot to the right corner a little bit more difficult. Managed to avoid the pink. Well, not interested in taking it on. Again, I'm surprised he has the angle to go back up the table towards the blue and green.
Junhui 4.
Great pot, but the referee spotted a foul.
Yes, he did very quickly, and Higgins owned up as well. Well, eagle-eyed Arian Williams. But you saw Higgins as well point to the yellow.
Well, free ball called.
Yellow ball.
And is he trying to get in behind the brown here? Make it doubly difficult. He is.
Just catches it. Of course, it was Ronnie O'Sullivan catching the black with his hand last night that caused all the, well, the confusion really with regards to the misrule.
Well, he'll be happy with that one, I can tell you. Don't think that was the red he was trying to hit. I think he was trying to come round the two cushions and land up into the pack of reds, but he'll take that one. Yes, I think he was trying to miss that red, come off the side cushion, black cushion, and land up into the reds. Awkward queuing. Well, that was some distance away, and it was awkward queuing, that one. And he's left the red on. Pink out of commission. Black looks to be out of commission. May go to the right corner.
Don't forget the eventual winner tonight will win their weight in pucker pies, courtesy of the sponsor. That means Higgins would get 320 pies, Ding 276. Either way, it's a lot of pies.
Eight.
And if they can't eat them all, I think myself and Joe will help them out.
I've eaten too many already, David. Yes, nice shot. Tried to get the cannon to the red. Missed it, but the yellow is still available.
Yellow. Eleven. Twelve.
Well, the yellow's the easier angle, but there's more risk with the brown and blue being there.
Rumble.
Wow, again, I'm surprised he's not playing the green here.
20 against 12.
Keeping it extra tight. Got to be very careful here. John Higgins doesn't want to leave that big pocket where the pink is. So close. So close. Well, that looks pretty good. A mistake from John Higgins.
So Ding with a chance then, leading by 16 in this 11th frame. And he's starting to win the safety battles, which is worrying for Higgins. Usually so reliable in that area.
1.
Well, clever shot from Ding Junhui there, taking the opportunity to bring more reds into play. And he's nicely on the pink, and you would expect him to win the frame from here. John Higgins just can't seem to get his nose in front. Had a shot, a couple of shots earlier on the green, refused to take it and play the safety. But I think John Higgins is at his best when he's attacking the balls. It looks so good.
Well, Ding has already led by the odd frame 5 times. This would be the 6th. Never been behind. He, of course, had yesterday off when John Higgins was involved in that epic with Ronnie O'Sullivan. He had a day off to relax. That was the little shot he played to develop a few more reds at the start of the break. Just having the cue ball clean by the referee, Arian Williams. He's got to try and keep himself focused, Higgins, and hope that fatigue doesn't set in what's already been a long final at the end of a long tournament.
$19. $20.
Well, the pink makes it 42 the lead, so he would need one more red as well, and a colour. But we've seen so many frames in the match where snookers have been played for. He wants to kill it off without that.
$26. 7.
So just the black to make sure then. And it's one of those type of shots where normally you go in and out of baulk, try and miss the yellow and come down for the 2 reds. But he's got to make sure of the black. Needs another red to make sure.
Yeah, it's 2 snookers now. If the red goes in, it's 4. The red is in.
35.
And it's going to be 6-5 to Ding. Force the error from Higgins.
41.
Just wonder if that extra bit of freshness that I mentioned, having the day off, not having so many long matches, may pay the longer this match goes on. Ding is the junior man by 12 years, 22 to Higgins is 34. He's involved in a war of attrition with the world champion, and it's a war that at the moment he's winning. That break of 50 puts him back in front for the 6th time by the odd frame. Ding Junhui leads John Higgins by 6 frames. Frame 12. This is the last frame before the mid-session break. He leads 6-5. First to 10, remember, becomes champion.
Yes, and Ding Junhui in the very first frame left a similar type ball for John Higgins, who he knocked in. Which he knocked in. A little bit more pressure now. He has played it in such a way as to only leave the red he was playing on. Hid that white ball behind the pink for the red into the right corner, and didn't follow through for the black, because there is a red next to the black as well. Long pot success, look. 70% for Ding. Just 57% for John Higgins.
We've been talking about the break-off shot. Interestingly, whoever's broken off in this match has lost the frame. Will Ding break that sequence here, I wonder? He broke in this frame.
Needs to run on a bit for the red just by the black, and played it perfectly. Well, didn't play to leave the angle on the black to go into the pack of reds, which I thought he would have done. He can still play for that last loose red. Well, now will he get another chance to play that white ball into such a position as to be able to open that pack of reds? Could have done it the shot previously.
You can put it 12.
And I'd have to say that Ding Junhui needs to stay focused and play his normal attacking game. The red that he had next to the black 2 or 3 shots before, he could have easily have left an angle on the black to bust that pack open, which he had to do to win the frame.
Ah, there's John's parents, John Senior and Josephine, watching in the players' lounge, nervously as ever. Josephine sometimes goes in the audience, but that's even worse. She can't get up and have a walk around or have a drink or anything.
Foul. The miss. John Higgins. Yeah.
Ding's mother is also here. She'll be watching as well from backstage. Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Thank you.
Notice they're sitting apart. Tense for them. Of course, they can do nothing from there other than watch and just hope for the best.
Yes, playing it with right-hand side here, it's making it a little bit more difficult to hit. And he's left this red on. I think we'll see John taking this red on. Could only leave the red he's playing on. And that's exactly what he's left.
It's agony for them.
Does it help if you blow it in? He's left the red on the edge of the pocket. Needs to bend the cue ball a little. Just a little. Well, would you believe it?
Foul. The miss. John Higgins.
Now that's one miss I don't think John Higgins will be putting back.
I'm sure. Well, it's the great thing about sport, snooker included, is that the unexpected. Thought Ding would pot this, didn't touch it, and he left Higgins the same shot. He's potted it and he's in, all from his own mistake.
8. Nine.
Well, came very close to missing that one as well.
$60. 17.
First came to prominence Higgins in 1991 before he turned professional. When he was still 15, his dad, John, who we saw a moment ago, took him on the train from Glasgow to Birmingham to play in the junior event in the World Masters. And he beat Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark Williams to win it, turned professional a year later. And here he is, confirmed already as one of the all-time greats, no matter what else he does in his career. 3 times world champion. Twice winner of this title.
24.
20 ranking events to his name. And provisional world #1 at the end of this decade.
25.
So John Senior made a good decision when he took John and his brothers to a snooker club when they were kids to have a few frames. It's paid dividends.
$32. $33.
It just didn't come far enough to get back onto the black again. But he's perfect on the blue. And there is a red just in the middle of that cluster. That will go to the left corner.
38. 39.
Of course, Higgins is now father himself. He's got 3 children, Pierce, Oliver and Claudia.
Well, why did he need to play the cannon there? Attempted to play the cannon to the red, but really no need to have done. Here it is again. There were reds he could have played for. This is a tricky red, it's missable to the left corner. .42 points in front, so still plenty of points left on the table. Yes, nicely played and well held for the black. Excellent recovery shot from John Higgins. And needed to get it. Big frame this one, doesn't want to go too behind.
.54.
50 points in the game then.
.55.
2 more reds with colours required. Could play the cannon to the red just to the left of the pink. Surely he's going to level this up now.
Another great effort from John Higgins,
61.
who looks like he's going to level for the 6th time.
Well, he hasn't come far enough on the black, and don't see him do anything too clever here. Just pot the black.
Well, that's fine. It's gone in. He's got the cannon to the pink. He's on the red, so it's going to be 6-all.
68.
I said just visions of him playing that cannon to the pink there, and missing the black and leaving these on.
Yes, I was saying he's got 3 children now, John, and his wife Denise, I know, was very interested in another of tonight's big television events, but she can now give this her full focus.
77.
And she'll be enjoying this frame. So it's going to be set up really nicely for after the interval. They're going to be all square.
.84. 85.
But there are no judges here. It's just whoever gets to 10 first.
.91.
So 91, the break from John Higgins, brings to a close another entertaining mini session, and we still can't split them. Ding Junhui has led by the odd frame 6 times, and each time John Higgins has come back to draw level. So they head to the last interval of this 2009 Pucker Pies UK Championship. All square, John Higgins 6, Ding Junhui 6. John Higgins 6, Ding Junhui 6. This is frame 13.
So no more intervals, no more breaks. This is the business end of the tournament. And that little kiss on the brown has left this red on to the right corner. Not sure if he can get to the one, well, he can't get to the one that's closest to the pocket, but you can see the other one. Well, decided against taking it on. Now, can Junhui see the one closest to the pocket?
Well, there's Denise, John's wife now, has joined the party. Well, I'm sure she was there at the start. We just didn't see her. And there's one of their sons as well. Josephine there, his mother, maybe giving him a bit of advice from the safety of the players' lounge.
Well picked out. Great shot from Junhui. And he's going to be tucked up tight behind the yellow. Big trouble. Attempting to hit the red closest to the right corner. It's got to hit the cushion first.
Oh, and a miss.
Well, Higgins isn't going anywhere. He knows he'll be playing it again.
Yes, he can afford to hit the cushion a little bit further up. Can't come behind the red.
To the right, to the yellow. How's that? Yep.
This looks a little better.
Touching ball.
Touching ball call, so it did hit the red. And this isn't easy. Would like to play the cue ball back up the table, but difficult to get the cue out of the way in time. Well, it was a touching ball, so just fired away from it. I was surprised that Junhui gave away the safety advantage there.
He is ahead on safety success by 3%, which I guess in the 13th frame may surprise a few people. And he's ahead on pot success, 90%, to John Higgins is 86%. But the key thing is there's nothing between them in terms of frames won. 6 apiece. It's first to 10. So a late finish is a certainty now.
Well, no attempt at the pot, but look where he's pushed the red to. Played the cue ball on this black cushion here, but didn't intend the red to go right over the baulk pocket.
One.
And just managed to miss the green. So John Higgins in. Can he move to a frame in front for the first time?
Four. Five. Ten.
Well, has he come a little too far for this red? I think he played for the red closest to the pink spot, the one he's taking now. But he's back in prime position again.
These two played in this tournament last year, and although Higgins won 9-4 in the last 16, didn't get a maximum, but it's 7-2 on the head-to-head to Higgins. And he won their last meeting, that was at the Masters last January. 6-4 in the quarterfinals.
70.
Well, no one's going anywhere, even though, as I say, a late finish is very, very likely.
23.
Problem is, it's a late start, 8 o'clock local time. And with 11 possible frames to play, hard to see how it can be an early finish. It was after midnight last year when Sean Murphy beat Marco Fu 10-9. there's still a possible 6 frames to come after this one.
$29.
Played that one well. Couldn't just screw across for the pink in the middle.
$36. $37.
Now, as the choice here to play the cannon, I just stunned past the 2 reds. Well, he's come straight on the pink. So his dilemma is he can only go backwards or forwards in a straight line. And there's nothing backwards for him. And it doesn't appear that there's anything forwards. The only shot he could have on is the red to the left middle. But it's at such an acute angle that. Amazing that he's thinking of taking the blue on when he's straight on the pink like this.
Blue ball.
Well, there's the blue. He's still left with the problem of this tough red down the left side of the table.
42.
That's right in the heart, never touch the sides.
Higgins, 42.
Well, break comes to an end at 42. And he'll be disappointed. Didn't really threaten the pocket, that one. Well, just what the doctor ordered as far as John Higgins is concerned. Straight back in at the table. And again, this was another tough shot, this one, for Junhui.
One.
Remember, John Higgins has never been in front in this final. He's trailed by the odd frame 6 times.
Three.
But here in frame 13, he's got his second bite at the cherry. The worry for Ding would be if Higgins did win this frame, the world champion would just step up a gear.
There's a cue ball going. And can he see enough of the green? He can. So it's looking like John Higgins is going to push his nose in front.
8.
The red parallel to the pink will go to the right corner.
It'll put him 51 ahead with 51 on, but there'll be a colour to follow.
Yes, he'll want to make sure that Ding Junhui doesn't come back to the table playing for snookers.
14.
That leaves Ding Junhui requiring snookers, but wants this red to disappear.
19. 20.
So John Higgins then is going to be ahead in the final for the first time. Ding Junhui, as I say, the fear for him is that Higgins may step it up now. 63 in it, as you see, 43 on. There won't be any playing on for snookers in this frame. Two visits it took, but John Higgins has hit the front for the first time. Both players getting plenty of support here in Telford. Higgins leads the Scotsman. John Higgins just coming back into the arena to a loud ovation from this capacity crowd in Telford. Nobody's going anywhere. They've been treated to a real thriller so far. Ding Junhui to break in frame 14. And he's behind in the match for the first time.
He's pushed this red out again, Ding Junhui.
No centuries yet in the final. Higgins a 91, Ding an 81.
Well, Ding Junhui carelessly there left this red on again to the left corner. And it's worth taking on. He can only leave the red he's playing on and could win the frame from it. I'm surprised he didn't take it on. Well, hasn't quite got this one safe. Red pushed over by the middle pocket. So a good early chance this for Ding Junhui. But that's not the best positional shot he's ever played. This is awkward. The yellow looks the easiest ball to play. Yes, that poor positional shot from Junhui.
Junhui, 1.
He put himself under pressure and no need to have done so. And that could be just the spur that John Higgins needs.
Well, he's ahead. A few smiles, but they've been around long enough to know that anything can happen from here on in. That's Pierce, closest to us, his eldest son.
Well, I think he was undecided there. I'd like to have a look at that again. He was going to go into them, then he wasn't. Then he decided to play for the loose one. Either way, it's a let-off for Junhui.
Well, we're just a couple of minutes under the 5-hour mark now for this match. It's been so closely fought all day long.
9.
Well, decided to play for the pink there and had the perfect angle on the red to come onto the black to go into the reds. But it's okay. It's still got one at the back of the pack there.
15.
This time he has left the angle to go into them, and no reason why he shouldn't.
Ding's average shot time 27 seconds. Quite on the slow side for him, really.
Is he on anything? Can you see this red to the right middle pocket?
23.
He can.
24.
Well, he's dicing with death here, really, Junhui. Once again, he's out of position. Took the harder brown, could have taken the easier green. Good recovery. Well appreciated by this crowd. Nice angle on the black, just to stun up for the red into the opposite corner. Well, would you think that this is going to be anything else but a decider? You can't separate the two players. This is the blue that John Higgins missed, which allowed Junhui in for this break he's on. Can't quite believe it. So 40 points in the game. Has a red to the middle, but no easy colour to play for. Yes, nicely recovered on the black. Does he have the angle to get to the red? He's got to be fairly precise here. And that looks very good. Excellent shot. So 48 points in front. Needs red colour red. Well, this red obviously goes to the right middle, and he's 56 points in front, so just needs this red.
Well, he's having a good look.
Well, he had a good look before he played the black. It hasn't moved anywhere.
Well, he's just reassuring himself, and he was right all along. It went.
The pink just to make sure.
Well, he went ahead for the first time, but looks like it's going to be back all square again. 63 in front now with 51 remaining, so it's it's three snookers to tie. That's reds with blacks and the 6 colours. Huh. Well, that ends any thoughts of playing on for snookers. So the question was asked of Ding when Higgins went ahead for the first time. He's answered it well and truly by winning this 14th frame. Remember, there's still a possible 5 frames left. And it's looking increasingly likely that we're going to need them all.
74.
74, the break. Good contribution from the man from China. And so we're all square again in this riveting Pucker Pies UK Snooker Championship final. John Higgins 7. John Higgins breaking off here in frame 15. 10 the target to become UK champion.
Yes, and just missed the blue again there on the break off John Higgins. Well, a nice little rub on the brown there. But it shouldn't be a problem for Ding Junhui. Just come off the 2 cushions, land up into the back of the reds. Doesn't want to leave a touching ball. A little short of pace. And that allowed John Higgins to get his hand on the table and play a very good safety shot. Yes, Ding Junhui didn't leave anything on with that short of pace safety, but he did leave an easy safety shot on. Well, that had to be thin, but not quite that thin. And it'll be going back.
Forgotten a bit. All right. So DQ. With the distance of the pushing. Bit out.
Well, the shot that Ding Junhui is attempting here is very, very thin. He's got to be careful not to hit the jaws of that corner pocket. He's just got to catch the paint. And that's exactly what he did. He caught the jaws of the pocket. Fortunately, it's covered the black. So a little bit of run there for him. Great pot. Excellent pot. Couldn't take the red on that he was closest to the right corner. Ding Junhui covering the black. Took the much harder pot on into the middle. Still a lot of work to do. Black tied up at the moment, so is pink. And what about that for a shot? Bringing the black into play. Unfortunately, hasn't finished on anything. This could so very easily have turned into a winning contribution.
John Higgins.
Again, so very nearly got the snooker behind the green. It's covered the red over the left corner, which is the important thing. You would think that John Higgins would attempt to move it. Or better still, pot one. Great shot. And he's on the brown to the middle. It's not easy. And there is some pressure attached to it.
Well, at the Crucible in the spring, he was a master of brinkmanship. He won a couple of really tight matches, 2 deciders against Jamie Cope and Mark Selby, and a close semi-final as well in the end against Mark Allen.
6.
And although we were talking about him maybe getting tired because of the close ones he's had here, of course, at this sort of stage, the adrenaline does kick in, and also John Higgins can call on all his years of experience. Been here many times before in big matches, the biggest matches you can play as a snooker player, And invariably he's come through them.
Similar blue to that cost him the last frame.
11.
Yeah, it's just needed to slide past that red, but got the kiss. And this has increased the potting aspect of the shot now. Just wanted to slide past that red. Difficult shot. Got to cut back into a blind pocket. He's got to negotiate the gap between those balls for the blue. Well, concentrated fully on the pot, and who can blame him? But didn't have any idea where the cue ball was going, and he's still in trouble at the moment, John Higgins. Brown doesn't go into the middle, neither does the green. Is he going to be forced to take this green onto the corner? You wouldn't fancy him to pot that one, would you? Or would you? Tough shot. Knew he was leaving reds on.
Someone shouted shot there. They thought it was in, but it wasn't. So Ding back at the table, 28-0 down, 7-all.
1.
And the reds spread nicely. He's going to probably need the two reds on the left side cushion, at least one of them, maybe two, depending on the colours he takes.
It would be remarkable if he won today for this reason. The three previous ranking titles he won, the players he beat in the final was Stephen Hendry, Steve Davis and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
4.
So if he beat John Higgins as well, that would be, well, in my opinion, the 4 greatest players of all time that he's beaten in finals to win his titles. First victory was in his native China when he was just 18. A few days past his 18th birthday, he won the China Open 2005, beat Hendry in that one. Beat Davis to win this title 4 years ago, and O'Sullivan in the 2006 Northern Ireland Trophy.
Well, if the pink doesn't go to the left corner, there's the balls potted. Nothing in it there, is it? 7 frames all, 208 balls to 210. I was about to say, if the pink doesn't go, it's a poor shot, but it does go.
Seventeen. Eighteen. 25.
Well, it's 7:15 in the morning in China. There'll be people waking up to watch the end of this over breakfast. There'll be some people who haven't been to bed at all.
33.
Well, he's played to bring the red off the cushion, but I'm not so sure about that one. He's left himself a tough blue here. If the blue goes in, it was the right shot to play. He's missed it. Now, how costly is that cannon going to be? Didn't need to play the cannon. It would have been enough with the 3 reds, 3 blacks, and the red down the side cushion. The red closest to that left corner. Didn't need to play the cannon there.
Well, when John Higgins missed that difficult green, I'm sure he feared the worst. We saw him in his chair, shaking his head, not happy. But he's back at the table with another chance.
Well, the red, initial red that John potted, he didn't play it very well. This is the blue that Ding Junhui missed. Always missable across the nap of the table, especially when the pressure's on. But John Higgins' first red, he didn't play it well to finish on the green. But he's recovered the situation. He goes 5 in front then. John Higgins. The red down the cushion. It's Ding Junhui's only saviour here.
12.
He's got a nice angle to stun in behind it. Well, played to dislodge it. And that's a life for Ding Junhui.
18.
Caught it too full. Wanted to push it towards the pocket. Well, looks to be enjoying himself out there.
John Higgins, 18.
I'm sure he would have preferred to leave the blue where it was, because he wouldn't need it as it stands now. So it's 12 in it here. Higgins the man in front, Ding the man at the table.
This looks pretty good. A good snooker at this stage of the game. John Higgins in trouble then. Needs to hit the red and get it safe. He's hit the red. He's got it safe. Well, Ding Junhui trying to prove me wrong. That would have been some cut to the right corner. Now, can John Higgins pull one out of the bag here? He's got to go for it. There's no safety shot to play. So close, but he's got away with it.
We've had a few of these epic frames today that have gone down to last red colours. Here's another one.
Well, John Higgins had a little bit of run there, and it's Ding Junhui's turn to have a bit of run there. Where's the cue ball going? Well, if the red doesn't pass the pink, he's happy. He may not be after this shot, but he's happy right now. Ding could play the snooker in behind the pink. Trouble again. Amazing how the the white ball has got round the back of that red. But hasn't left a free ball, so it'll just be going back. I'd like to see him try that again. How did the white ball get behind this red?
There's only just room for it, isn't there?
Well, it'll be the same shot that he's attempting.
Oh, the miss.
Well, again, it's not a free ball, but he will be playing it again. It would be a free ball if he left Ding snookered. Then Ding could take any of the colours as an extra red.
Yes, the yellow has to come back towards the middle pocket a bit.
As ever, they're checking on the monitor, just so everyone's happy. Although when Arian Williams refereed Ronnie O'Sullivan against Mark Selby,
Yeah, hang on, listen.
Ronnie said he wasn't happy where the balls were, but he wouldn't say which one he wasn't happy with.
Maybe he just wasn't happy.
Again, that way.
Well, that's where it was. And that's where it is, so it's not quite right.
Third attempt then. Oh, what about that?
Well,
What about that?
well, it's amazing, isn't it? A game of such skill. Well, no smiles from either player.
Amazing. Still, he hasn't won the frame yet. If he misses this pink and lands on the yellow, that fluke could have cost him the game.
Pink one. Seven.
Needs the brown. This looks pretty good.
9.
Well, he's doing the maths. Green and brown would put him 23 points ahead. No, it wouldn't. It would put him 20 points ahead with 18 on, so 1 snooker would be needed. There's the green. Well, he was lucky, it has to be said, with the red. Well, would you believe it? He's missed the brown. I do not believe that.
That is incredible, isn't it? That is absolutely incredible.
Well, what's going to happen next?
Well, having the white clean, but this wasn't a kick. He was just trying to hold for the blue. Never give the miss a thought.
No, and of course the blue would have been added insurance, but it was the brown that was frame ball. So Ding can still win. He's 16 behind with 22 on. He needs the 4 remaining colours.
4.
Well, that's a perfect angle on the blue to come down for the pink. And we were saying that he's been lucky. Not anymore.
Well, he's only got himself to blame. Should have made sure of the brown.
15.
And now Ding needs this black to lead 8-7. John Higgins was lucky with the fluke. But he's thrown the frame away, missing the brown. Should have made sure of frame ball. Could be a big moment in this UK Championship final. Ding was sat in his chair, demoralised when he saw that red go down out of the snooker, but he's cleared up to the black, and he now leads.
And I don't think he'll ever forget that.
Yes, he had not just the chance to lead 8-7, but it would have hurt Ding because he fluked the last red out of a snooker, of course. But anyway, it's Ding who leads now, and he needs 2 more for victory.
Yes, will he be able to forget about that, though, John Higgins? Big, big frame. Can normally tell when a person's missed a ball through pressure or snatching, and I don't think it was either of those things. I think it was simply trying to hold for the blue. He's got to pick himself up.
Well, that's what he thought of it at the end of the frame. I don't know what that was, an ice cube maybe or something?
It was an ice cube, he scored.
Well, he'll be skating on thin ice with many more mistakes like that.
Same shot. Here's that brown again. And if you just have a look at this, he tried to pot it off that angle to hold for the blue. He held for the blue, but missed the brown.
And if he does lose this final, that's the shot he's going to remember when he lies down tonight to go to sleep.
If he loses tonight, David, he'll remember that shot till the day he dies. The shots that you remember in your career, and I'm sure every player has got one. Steve Davis is black to the left corner. Willie Thorne's blue to the middle. People still talk about it even now. I can't remember what year it was, but he was playing Steve Davis in the final, and he had him stone cold and missed an easy blue to the right middle. What year would that have been?
1985. He was 13-8 up.
Well done, David.
First
well
to
done.
16. You're right, though. It's something people remember Willie by. And Higgins is still thinking about the brown, I suspect. Yours would be the pink that Mike Allott potted against you in the World Championship qualifiers.
I have never forgotten that shot. You're quite correct. It was the one that I missed first, as it happens. Deciding frame. Missed the pink. Pink and black left on the table. Missed the pink into the corner. And I've never forgotten that shot. And I'm sure every snooker player has one. And please don't all email me at once.
Well, of course, Ken Doherty missed the black, didn't he, for a 147 in the Masters final.
That's right, they all come flooding back, don't they? Junhui wisely coming down to have a look at the pack of reds to see if he's going to push one over that right corner pocket when he plays a safety here. Well, this will be interesting if he takes one of these reds on. There's a lot of pressure attached to either of these reds. There's the long pot success. Ding clearly in front there. Great pot. Absolutely great pot. With what's just happened to him, that was a super shot.
Yes, maybe Higgins can use the aggression that he's feeling towards himself to his advantage. Refocus his mind. And I'm sure he'll be determined not to make any more daft mistakes.
Yes, that's okay.
6.
Slightly hampered with the red. If he plays the red to the right corner, that is.
Seven.
Another excellent shot. That looked easier on television than it was.
13.
And it's important, I think, to point out he didn't miss the brown through pressure. It was just carelessness.
14.
And he's got a mean look in his eye now, John Higgins. Determined to try and make amends.
Well, again, didn't intend that kiss on the green.
19.
But got to stay focused. Can play a good safety shot here. Try and come in behind the green. This is a good attempt.
John Higgins, 19.
Just caught the green again. Well, he can get through to this red over the right corner. No guarantee of position. Must make sure of the red. Nice shot.
1.
And that's just come past enough to be good on the blue.
Well, it augurs well, that stat, 94% success with the rest.
So he's in again. And what a difference it would make if the red just below the pink goes to the left corner. It doesn't. Needs to run on. Needs to run on. Just got the right side.
$13.
Well, he could play the cannon to the pink here, but it'd take a brave man to play that shot. He's concentrating on the blue.
18. 19.
And that's okay, there's no colours on the spots to foil the cue ball coming back down for the Reds. Another deep screw shot required here. Well, preferred to play the run. But this is a tricky black. Difficult to play position off the blue. He's got too much right-hand side on the cue ball. He's done extremely well to get there. But he's still potting balls.
Not anymore, he's not.
Go Higgins 30.
Well, he did extremely well to do what he did with just using the blue. No movement on the shot. Still a tough table for Junhui. Has this red to the left corner, but only the blue. Good pot. Did I say only the blue? Well, he could play for the two reds by the black spot. He could play the cannon to the pink.
Four.
And this may not have worked out well for Junhui. He's the wrong side of this red. Wanted to be stunning back up the table, so he's going to have to play it with a lot of top. Well, could that have worked out any better? Raises his hand, but...
And look at that, Joe. 7, 8, 1 points each. Amazing. That's how close it's been. And, well, he's raised his hand, as you say, but, I mean, he could have lost the last frame on a fluke. Very nearly did. So, take anything at this stage.
Now is the pink spot held. More importantly,
11.
does it go anywhere? I think the red next to the pink now goes to the left corner. Well, once again, a little pacey, that one. Wanted to be straight on this blue, just to come down for the red next to the pink. Can't get on that red now, but he can get on the red that's to the left of the black. Big frame, this one. For Junhui to go within one of the title.
17.
Attempting to bring the black into play, and still may choose to play that shot. He needs the black in play. Try to get in behind the brown.
Junhui, 18.
Well, I know it's a strange thing to say, but he's pushed the yellow a little bit safer there, and he's going to need the yellow to clear up.
Foul, the miss. Ding Junhui 4.
Well, did the cue ball pull to the right? We'll let you know. Well, that looked pretty true.
Oh, we're 8 minutes shy now of 6-hour mark in this final. And after this frame, there's a possible 3 left. 20 past 11 local time. John Higgins leading by 27 with 3 reds remaining, as you can see there. Right now, John Higgins battling just to cling on, really, having lost that last frame when he should have won it. Missed the brown frame ball.
Well, there's another fluke. Didn't intend the snooker. Didn't intend the cannon on the black. Oh, is the black in the way to get to these 2 reds? He doesn't think so. I can't see him hitting these. Well, what do I know? Perfect. Doesn't want to leave a touching ball.
Touching ball.
Well, it's bite your fingernails time, all right. 9-day snooker we've had. We're down now to the business end, to say the least.
Well, Junhui is scared of coming off the black cushion, side cushion, in case he hits the black and leaves John Higgins in. Let's see if John Higgins makes the same judgment.
Higgins has got a 27-point lead. And the referee won't want too much of this, so the man ahead really has got to make sure we don't head towards stalemate.
Well, it's John Higgins that wins the safety battle, and he's got a very, very good cue ball there. Junhui can see the red on the black cushion, but boy, is this a tough shot to play. If he catches it thick, he'll hit the black. Well, chose to play it the other way. And what a good shot he's played. Excellent shot, Junhui.
Yes, his safety's been, on the whole, brilliant today. On the safety success stats we saw a little while ago, he was actually ahead against John Higgins. He's been patient and he's competed so well in the tactical stuff.
Once again, just got to get the paint here. Well, that was the danger. Caught it too thick. Got the cannon to the black. A half chance then for Junhui. He's 27 points behind. Oh, what a great shot that was. He was under pressure. Had he missed it, he'd left John Higgins in the balls.
Yes, and didn't he strike it with authority?
Great shot.
Well, there you are. We're just coming up to the 6-hour mark. But how much more will there be if Ding wins this frame, remember? He's 2 up with 3 to play.
6, 7. Eight.
Overhit for the blue. And that's just adrenaline, that one. Fortunately, he has it to the corner. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball except let it run through for the red into the opposite corner. Played for it in the middle, and that's just as good. Now, How important is that yellow going to be?
13.
Ideally, that's where he'd like to be. Hasn't got there. Just didn't leave himself enough angle on the pink.
20.
So good safety shot required.
Junhui. 20.
Well, it's another epic frame in a final of epic frames. We're down to the colours. Higgins leads by 7.
Well, this yellow ball has gone over the left corner pocket, but it would take some shot to get back to the green. Lots of top on the cue ball. And he's going to have to really whack this one, which adds to the difficulty of the pot. Well, concentrated on the pot. But he is on the green. Needs another good pot.
And by this stage, it's not just a test of skill, it's a test of nerve as well.
Oh yes, what a great pot.
2 excellent pots from Ding Junhui. He's standing up to it. We're so used to John Higgins making killer clearances, but a great yellow, a great green from the man from China. So he needs brown, blue and pink.
Nine.
Perfectly on the blue.
No one's been more than a frame ahead so far in the final. That might be about to change.
14.
Just needs the pink to lead 9-7. Well, every credit to him. It was an excellent yellow. It was an excellent green. John Higgins has got problems now. He missed the brown, remember, to lead 8-7. One more. It's 9-7.
Thank you. Frame 17. John Higgins to break.
Yes, and it's Ding Junhui who opens the reds up now. He can afford to leave a red on. John Higgins can't. Well, if he's looking at this red closest to the left corner, it's a thin cut. And the crowd absolutely glued to this match. Oh, what about that one? Cue ball just travelling on too far for the brown and yellow. But what a great shot that was.
Another excellent long pot, and if anything, he seems to be growing stronger rather than wilting near the winning line.
Yes, he'd like to take the green, because if he plays a snooker, the right-hand side of the pack, fairly easy to land up into. Worth another look, this one. Stunned in behind the black as well.
There you are, 82% long pot.
Awkward cueing. Well, another terrific shot. Bridging over the yellow, deserves to be on the red, and he is.
Pressure, what pressure? Two excellent pots from Ding Junhui. Remember, he needs just one frame for victory.
I don't know which was the better pot there, that long red that he stroked in, or that green where he's bridging over the yellow. Surely anybody else would have played the snooker. But he's looking for the winning post, David.
Yes, and of course he's been there before. He's won 3 ranking titles before. And maybe in this, the last ranking event of the decade, this is symbolic of what will happen in the next decade as China gains more of a foothold in snooker. Who's to say in 10 years' time Ding won't be a multi-world champion? Or maybe some of his compatriots will be.
Force that cue ball through them reds then. Have a look at this. Force that cue ball. You can only watch and hope.
That brown's going to haunt him, isn't it? It's looking that way anyway.
It could do.
It's amazing how a match of this length, it's over 6 hours, we're into frame 17, could be boiled down to a single shot.
Well, has he got the right side of the blue? He may just have a little angle here. Well, he's disappointed with that one. Played for the red into the middle. But it was the shot before that, the red coming up for the blue, just left it a little bit too straight. So just the safety.
18.
And didn't play a particularly good one. Hasn't to lose focus. that's where the cue ball needs to be. This is the brown. He can't believe it. And he can't believe that either.
Well, that's the time since John Higgins last potted a ball, which I guess would have been the green.
Well, how cool was that under pressure? That was his last shot, had he missed that. 11-foot putt.
Well, for all the talk of the brown, of course, we know from experience Higgins has won so many matches when he's looked down and out. Those two at the Crucible. 12-10 down to Jamie Cope this season, as we see the red again.
8.
This year, I should say, and also against Mark Selby in a decider.
9.
Well, that last shot, that long red, that was really a shot of a true champion. So much bottle to play that shot. Never mind get it.
$16. $17.
Well, hasn't quite come far enough for this red to the left corner.
24.
Still going to have to go for it. Maybe he's got the one in the left middle.
$25. $32. $33.
All the reds covering one another. May have to play some kind of a cannon here to one of them. And he couldn't have played it any better. And when he pots this red,
40.
that will release the other one just behind it to the opposite corner. Great chance this now for John Higgins.
Well, he is a great champion, as we know. He's the world champion currently. He's not going to lie down, and he's not a player you want coming back at you. That's what they're playing for. That's the UK Championship trophy. John Higgins has won it twice before. Ding Junhui once before. It's been a real fight for this trophy this year, and the fight goes on.
Ooh, that was so close to missing, and he knows it.
56. 57.
So red and a reasonable size colour. A blue preferably. Brown and Junhui could tie the frame.
Well, the family are still watching, still hoping, still willing him on, but it's tough for his parents and his wife. Well, this time, just make sure a frame ball. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. This is frame ball. And he's knocked it in. So Ding needs a snooker. One more red, though, should prevent any playing on for snookers. And this has been a great effort, really, when you consider what's happened to him over the last half hour or so.
32.
Well, that should be it now, so it looks like we're going to get at least one more frame. We might get a century.
78.
Good response, this Joe.
Yes, excellent response. And he started off with that long red, if you remember, David, all the way down the table, knowing full well if he missed it, he'd maybe shaking hands 5-10 minutes later.
84.
But it went in, and the mark of a true champion.
85.
Yes, you can only admire a player like John Higgins. And having gone 2 frames behind for the first time, he's won this one in style, and he's laid down a marker. He's not out of this final yet.
88.
We haven't had a century yet in the final, but we might get one very shortly.
90.
He'd be livid with himself still that he missed that brown to go 8-7 up in the 15th frame, but that's gone now. He's looking forward. 1 down, 2 to go. So blue for a century. Excellent break from John Higgins.
$108.
If ever there was a player you didn't want on your tail, it's him. What about that? Fantastic break from John Higgins. 115. He's pulled one back, so Ding is still 1 away from winning this UK title. So it's 9-8 then to Ding Junhui. He needs 1, Higgins needs 2. Frame 18, Ding to break. The crowd settle.
Thank you. The 18th frame.
The destiny of this UK Championship trophy still not known.
Caught that middle pocket bump. Quick look to see if the black goes into the right corner. Just caught this a little thin. Black doesn't go into the right corner, but it certainly goes into the left one.
Well, in 32 previous stagings of this tournament, the final of the UK Championship has gone into a decider 7 times. I wonder if John Higgins can make it an 8th.
Well, again, this was a brave shot to play. It wasn't ideal on the black. And could have finished better on this red.
Nine.
But that was a handy double kiss on the red. Took him towards the blue. Needs to run on a bit.
14.
Well, just a little too far to be ideal on the red in the middle. And wanted a thicker kiss on the blue. Well, another very brave shot on the brown, and he didn't hold back for position either, did he?
Now, nerves of steel. Go back to what I said before. The brown he missed wasn't pressure, it was just carelessness to go 8-7 up. His nerve is holding up pretty well. Well, very well, judging by that last shot.
20.
Yes, it's just run slightly awkward, this, bridging over the red, but just needs to drop it in.
$27.
Yes, and he's been in danger of missing one of 2 of those on that pocket. It's in the angle. Just gave it too much to do. How costly is that going to be? It's not in his hands anymore.
You could see, Joe, the crowd there couldn't believe that. They were all getting ready for a decider. Still might be one, but as you say, it's up to Ding now.
Well, he hasn't come far enough onto the black. Wanted to be a little straighter on this black to be able to go into that cluster. He may still be able to hit that loose red, but can't get into him with any power. Oh, but he's played that so well. He's played that so well. having a look at this. He caught the second red up. And it couldn't have gone any better.
9.
Well, when this decade began, Ding Junhui was 12 years old. He'd just taken up snooker. He was dreaming, no doubt, of one day becoming a top professional. Here he is at the end of the decade, up against the world champion, and he needs this frame to win the game's second biggest title, the UK Championship, for a second time.
Something.
Remember the players he beat in his other finals, other 3 ranking titles. He won Stephen Hendry, Steve Davis and Ronnie O'Sullivan. This will be quite a quartet.
Well, that was a big bounce off the cushion, but it's okay. He's still on this red at the back of the pack there. A little short on the black. Doesn't need to play the cannon to the red. But if he does play it and get it right like he did, it's given him a great chance this now.
32.
Well, John Higgins had his chance, remember, missed that red. And now all he can do is hope that Ding somehow breaks down. Just a couple of minutes away from midnight in Telford. How much more snooker, though, are we going to see?
39.
Well, just working out the maths here. If he takes 4 reds, 4 blacks here,
40.
John Higgins would require a snooker. He wouldn't need the 2 safe reds on the right side and left side cushions. But that's a little short for the black.
47. 48.
So now he's going to need one of those safe-ish reds. The one on the right side cushion, of course, is favourites for the right-handed player. Match time, 6.5 hours.
51.
But that won't bother Ding Junhui if he can knock 3 reds in with colours here.
Well, he certainly can't say he didn't have a chance to win this UK title for a second time. This is it. It's not faltering so far. Well, I'm sure he will remember the brown he missed to lead 8-7. He was in, though, in this frame as well.
Well, that's a bit strong. A bit of adrenaline there, and he's hampered over this for this red into the right corner. He's 32 points ahead, but there's still 51 left on the table. Could John Higgins have a life here? Awkward queuing. Right in the heart.
60.
Terrific shot.
It's the shot of a champion, you've got to say it. Displayed tremendous nerve there.
33 points in front then. Black makes it 40. Not easy to get on one of these reds. He just needs one of them. Well, he couldn't have dropped any better, really.
Well, it's been a long, long battle, this, over 6.5 hours. But this is frame and match ball, this red. He knows it, and the crowd know it as well.
Now, does he roll it in to make sure, or does he play it at pace?
Sweet as a nut. It looks like Ding's title now. And my word, hasn't he held himself together well. And he'll make sure of this black. The celebrations can begin. It's 8 AM in China.
75.
And they'll be starting an early morning party, I'm sure.
Junhui, 75.
75. They'll have to wait a little bit longer. John Higgins will, of course, play on, but Ding is nearly there.
Yes, nearly there, but not quite. That is a very, very good snooker with the danger of a free ball.
Well, it's been a dramatic day. I wonder, could there possibly be another twist?
Well, he's thought about the free ball.
Foul.
And he's left one. Or has he?
For free ball.
Free ball called. If you can see enough of the yellow. Is it worth attempting the pot?
Of course, he's not going back because he's not a miss, because snookers are required.
He could play the yellow and play the snooker again.
Blue ball.
Well, I can't recommend that shot, I'm afraid. Surely the yellow, leave the cue ball on the black cushion, on the baulk cushion. Did he play the pot on the blue? Anyway, it's gone.
Yes, and he needs 3 snookers as it stands.
Well, that looks like another one. But it shouldn't be too difficult to hit. I may even be able to hit it direct.
Yes, it's going to take something very special for John Higgins now to force this decider. Of all the developments in snooker over the last decade, the inroads made into China have been among the most significant. And it will continue as long as Ding Junhui's success continues. Remember, he was in the doldrums for a couple of years, but got to the Grand Prix final 2 months ago, and he's very, very close to winning here. All he needs is for the red to go in. Then it'll be handshake time.
Yes, that's all he needs. But knocking it in is going to be the hard part. There's another snooker. And again, not easy to hit. He should hit it. But it is missable.
He's got it.
Should be in another one here though. Just leave the red where it is. Thin as he can off the red. The ball's very good for snookers. And that's another one. And there is room round the back of this red. Oh, he's played it strong. Surprised he played it that way. He could have left a free ball had he not hit it. And there's another one. It's not for the lack of trying for John Higgins. Well, the hard way to hit it is come off one cushion. The easy way is two cushions. He's gone the hard way. The important thing is hit it.
Just to remind you, Higgins needs 4 snookers. Sorry, 3 snookers, but there is a chance of a free ball. There's the pot success for the match. Ding still in the 90s here in the last frame, or that's what it looks like anyway, frame 18. Higgins just below at 88% to his 91. If this goes in, it'll be the last pot of the match. And it is there. Well, John Higgins, I think he's going to let him have his moment of glory, which is very sporting of him and just what you'd expect of a player such as Higgins. But this is it. This is the lap of victory now. Terrific performance, Joe.
Absolutely. From both players. And he could probably put it down to the Miss Brown. I would do. But what a terrific match this has been between these two.
Yes, a long, long battle, and in the end, Ding has dethroned the king, the world champion. John Higgins is beaten in the UK Championship final. It's a second victory for Ding. My word, it was tough. He won by 10 frames to 8. And he deserves to enjoy it. There's his mother, just waiting to congratulate him, and everyone on their feet in Telford. It's 10 past midnight here, local time. Very, very tough battle. John Higgins applauding. And Ding Junhui applauding too. Very sporting contest. Higgins will remember that brown he missed to go 8-7 up.
Well, John,
And we're going to hear from the players with John Parrott.
All week. What did you think of today's game?
Another tough one. It was it was such a tough match. Really, I didn't play that great. Ding didn't play that great. I think the balls, a lot of the frames, they didn't go kind for us. But Ding's his safety game today was great. Now that I was trying to just try and keep him safe because I knew my game wasn't on. But every time I thought I was putting him in trouble, he was putting me back in trouble. So I thought I was getting back into there, but I've missed 3 balls in the last 3 or 4 frames, which unforgivable, really.
I think the brown is probably the biggest one, frame 15, isn't it?
Did I miss a brown, did I?
Sadly, you did.
Yeah, no, that was terrible. That was terrible. Just taking my right off it, thinking, obviously I've got out of jail, flicked to red, and then I'm thinking I'm clearing up here and going in front at an important time, and then I've just took my right off it, and unforgivable, really.
Yeah, well, it's still a good week. It's still a good tournament. Obviously, your form is there as well, and plenty to play for in the rest of the season.
Yeah, here's hoping, but now well done to Ding.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Higgins. The first thing, congratulations. Is this your best tournament victory ever?
Yeah, it's crazy weekend. I beat top 5 and I beat 4 players, and I can't believe it. So
yeah.
It's crazy. It's brilliant. Yeah.
You were in the final in Glasgow and you've won here. What's the difference in your game? What have you been doing differently?
I think I'm very enjoying this game, and I concentrate more, and sometimes I had bad shot selections, but I just keep my mind cool down. Don't tell myself, or don't be angry. Just a pass. So it's better than me.
Do you have a message for people in China?
Must be a lot.
Yeah, there are plenty of supporters there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that now, because you've won against such a great champion, against John Higgins, that you can go and win a world championship?
I'm just trying every year, but just play the player better than me, and anything can happen in tournaments. So.
Yeah. Now, you won this tournament back in 2005, and you've won it now. Do you think you're a better player now than back in 2005?
Yeah, I think I better play now. I think I learn a lot from the tournaments, and have more experience now, so I think better.
Well, you thoroughly deserve it. Well played this week. Congratulations. You're champion, Ding Junhui!
Ding made a very good point there. Beat 4 members of the world's top 5. Sean Murphy, Ali Carter, Stephen Maguire, and of course John Higgins.
And Dr. Hamish McInnes, Director of the WPBSA.
So all that's left then is to present the trophy. Peter Mays, Marketing Controller of the sponsors, Pucker Pies, and Dr. Hamish McInnes, Director of the World Professional Billiards and Snooker Association.
Receiving the silver medal, the reigning world champion. What a great week. Give it up for John Higgins.
Well, he's a great champion and he's a great sportsman, but he wasn't the winner this week. But my word, he gave it everything.
And the winner, receiving the gold medal, the championship trophy and the title, Pucker Pies UK Champion 2009, the Chinese sensation, Ding Junhui.
So Ding Junhui ends the decade as UK champion. His mother comes forward to congratulate him. Terrific performance. And there's his mother with Ding and the trophy. Lovely picture. His second UK title, having won it in 2005, and now he's won it in 2009. There's more snooker here on Eurosport on Thursday. We'll be at the Six Reds World Championship. John Higgins will be taking part, as will a lot of other top players, not least the likes of Stephen Hendry, Sean Murphy as well. Alex Higgins, we'll be seeing him too. But the UK Championship has ended. 9 terrific days of snooker. It's been brilliant at times, high drama all the way here in Telford. Ding Junhui is the winner, and we say congratulations to him, and thank you for your company. From us all here, it's good night.